Hey guys, this is Joe with Suddenly Structures right here on our lot in Calera today. Just doing a little video. Gonna do something a little different today that we normally don't do. Most of the time you see my videos and I'm telling you about these buildings we've got on the lot and come see us and all that good stuff. Today we're gonna do something a little different. So I have a lot of people that come in, depending on what type of buildings they get, depending on what size they get and whatnot, wanting to know, what do I need to do to prepare my spot for the building? So all of our buildings, the Premier Portable buildings, as you can see, I'm going to show you on video here, hopefully we can see it real good. That right there is a 4x6 treated skid. This is a 12 wide building, so this building has 4 of those said skids on it, as you can see right here. And that goes the whole length of the building. Now it's kind of hard to show on video. You really can't see it very well. You can see possibly right there at the end, at the bottom. Maybe you can't, but that wood skid goes all the way the full length of the building. So the floor system is actually notched in and sitting on those skids. This is how they move them on around like they do, because they have the skids on them. If it didn't have the skids on it, it would tear the band up, which you can see. This right here is the band right there. That's your band that goes around, that your walls sit on and all that. So if it didn't have the skids on it, when they tried to pull it around or move it, it would crush said band. So all of the buildings have got them. This is a cabin. You can see them there. The skids kind of poking out right there at the end a little bit. There's a picture of one. So all buildings have the skids on them. If you have a 10 wide building, it has 2 skids on it. An 8 wide building, it'll have 2 skids on it. If you get a 12, a 14, or a 16, they will have 4 skids. As you notice, this is a 12 wide. It's got 4 skids. We'll come over here to this little 812 we've got here. This little repo. Show you, it has 2 skids. So the 8 and the 10s aren't wide enough where you have to have the 4 skids. You get plenty of structural integrity and all that with the 2 skids. So your skids, when they bring the building out, generally, you know, when they sit here on my lot, the delivery guys and whatnot, they move out of here quick. So they generally bring them out here and just sit them on the ground, and this is how they sit until they come and deliver them. Somebody buys it and they deliver it or whatever. But the skids itself doesn't make it level. So as you can see out here on my lot, if you've ever been out here, it's not totally level. There's some low spots and high spots in it and whatnot. So when these buildings are sat out here, sometimes the doors, windows don't operate correctly, and it's because they're not sitting level. So when we bring your building out to your place, whether you provide us blocks or not, we've got to make this building level so the doors and windows operate correctly. Sometimes you'll come out to a lot, you'll open a door, it doesn't open real good. It's kind of in a bind or a pinch, and that is because it's not level. So if it's sitting offset any, let's see if this door here shuts. It sits, if it's sitting unlevel any and it's in a little bit of a bind, this one here did fine. So it's sitting fairly level. But when we bring your building out, your building will be level. That is the part of the process that we do when we bring it out. Now we will not level your ground. Now you do not have to have a totally level spot to do this. That's what we can use blocks for and whatnot. Most people's yard has some kind of fall on it to get water away, so we can compensate with that. A lot of times with these cabins, people want them up a little higher off the ground, sometimes 2 feet, so they can get up underneath them and run plumbing and whatnot. We will do that too. All you got to do is provide the blocks. The drivers will do that. We only use the best equipment. So when a driver comes out, he'll be in a big diesel truck and he'll have a machine called a shed mule. And what that does is they'll pick this building up on one end and put a set of wheels on it, and then they'll pick on the other end up with the shed mule. Then the shed mule can drive wherever it needs to drive to set the building down. Very maneuverable. You wouldn't think one of these buildings would be very maneuverable with that type of equipment and technology. It is possible. So a lot of times we can get buildings where you didn't think we could. But the big thing about the skids is when it's brought in, it needs to be level, and they will level it. If you want it up higher, all you have to do is provide the blocks. What I recommend, now, all of our skids that are on our buildings are 4x6 treated skids. Now, even though they are treated, it is an organic material. So if you set it on the ground, after years of moisture and whatnot that comes out of the ground, eventually you're gonna get rot. I don't care what anybody tells you. Go to any lot. I don't care what they tell you. They're telling you a story if they say it won't rot, because it's wood, it will rot. So my recommendation is to always get concrete cap blocks to put your building on, even if you're not wanting to put it up any higher. That way you don't have the wood sitting on the ground. It's sitting on concrete blocks. Now when I'm talking about a cap block, I'm talking about the thin ones. And if you want it up higher, if you want it up, 18, 20 inches, you would need to provide regular 8-inch concrete blocks. But that's not a problem. I've got a blocking chart. If you have any questions and to know, hey, Joe, how many blocks do I need for my building? What do I need to do? All you got to do is call me, 205-527-4382. We will be launching our interactive website, our new website here soon. We'll have inventory on it and whatnot. So you'll definitely want to check that out. But if you have any questions, whether you're blocking one of our buildings or trying to block somebody else's, because this information is generally not just given out. Well, most dealers don't want to take the time to tell you this even, if they ever call you back. But this is a key thing when you're purchasing your building. You want to know what is the procedure for making your building, when it's delivered, to be level, correct, and with the best materials, so you get years of function out of your shed. So if you got any questions, give me a call. My name's Joe. I'm the owner of Suddenly Structures. Our phone number is 205-527-4382. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel, check out some of our videos. You can also find us at suddenlystructures.com. Check us out on the internet. You can email us. We're also on Google. We have 2 locations. We have our location here in Calera, and we also have one in Clanton. So if you got any questions, need to know anything about our storage buildings, you need a storage building, you let me know, and we'll take care of you. Thanks, and have a blessed day.